Hello everyone, my name is Wahid Lutfi. I'm going to show you how to install Linux Ubuntu, how to install and configure Linux Ubuntu Mint version, in particular Cinnamons, and the flavor is Cinnamons. So I'm going to install it and configure it as a virtual machine using VirtualBox software. So let's get started with that one. So the software that we're going to download is from Linux Mint, and then the version that I'm going to do it is called Cinnamons Edition. And then let's get to the web browser to show you how you find it. First of all, thanks for watching my MyWebUniversity YouTube channel. And on this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to download Linux Ubuntu Mint Cinnamon version. So you just search for this string on Google, and this link shows up. You click on the link. In particular, there's a couple of flavors of Linux Mint. As you can see, Linux Mint 21.2 Victoria version, Cinnamon's edition. You have the download page here, which I have already downloaded for your edition. For installation. Mate edition is the other version. As you can see, Mate version has been missing a few of the features, but however, it says that it runs faster and uses fewer resources. Obviously, when it uses fewer resources and has less features, it has to run faster than other ones. And then XFCE edition is another one, but I'm going to download the Cinnamons, which I have downloaded already, and I'm going to demonstrate that one. You're welcome to use whichever one you prefer. So let's get started with the installation. You get into VirtualBox here. The VirtualBox software, as you can see already, I have a number of VirtualBox software installed. And this one, we're going to just start a new virtual machine. So under the machine, you can click new here, or you can just come in here on this big button here, it says new. You just click on that one. And then right here, I'm going to call it Linux Ubuntu. Just to name it, I can name it whatever I want, but let's get it with Linux Mint. Linux Mint. And then I'm going to keep everything else on as a folder, the same directory structure. The ISO image, I have to choose the ISO image. So release 9.1. Let me see what is the ISO image. So I'm going to go to the download, and Linux Mint is here, 64-bit. I'm going to choose that one. As you can see here is the path is on the download directory, which I have downloaded under the download directory previously here, Linux Mint. So that is the same path that I'm selecting here. And then the type is Linux, and it's 64-bit. As you can see, 64-bit ISO image. Then I'm going to just check some of these other options for the hardware resources, everything. So let's get started with that one. I'm going to just choose the hardware. In terms of the memory, since I have 32 gig, I'm going to allocate 16 gig, so it will be faster on this one. Let's just go about 16.384, that's 16 gig. And then CPU, I have 8 CPUs, and instead of 1 CPU, I'm going to allocate 4 of them. And then the nice thing about VirtualBox software or virtual machine, each one of these ones you can give as much resource as you want. And then the host operating system, since I have 32 gig, is going to keep another 16 gig for the Windows 11 to be running. So that is safe enough to just have enough memory, and the performance will be really nice. But you're welcome to just give 8 gig, or for students, even Linux Mint, I had done it from CD, and then it works even for 2 gig. When I was teaching Linux Bash scripting at Pasadena City College, I was helping a lot of students to just install it from ISO image on the just on the ISO and the USB drive, and then you can also install it on the hard disk and run it as minimum as 2 gigabyte of memory. So we're gonna just use the installation here, and I'm gonna follow with that one afterward. So let's go to base memory is 16 gig, processor 4 gig, and then these other options I'm gonna keep it the default. Hard disk I'm gonna just instead of 25 gig, I'm gonna give it 50 gig. And let's get it 50 gig. Maybe I might install some additional software later on to show you more stuff. So let's go 80 gig is fine. I'm gonna just give it 80 gig because I have 2 terabyte, so it's not an issue. I might have to just recreate more VMs, so that's why I'm going to do that one. And then notice that this screen is I don't see the bottom of it, but I can if I have to resize it, it went away. That's not good. So let me see where did it go. I'm gonna do alternate tab to see if I can see that screen, and unfortunately that screen is not there. These are zoom, and then everything else is there, so I may have to click on the new again, and then it just went away. So in order for me to just go back to that screen, I have to resize my screen first, and the way you do it is that the screen is now too big because of the display setting. I'm gonna just change it to 25%, and then I'm gonna keep that one. So I go back to VirtualBox here, and notice the screen is a little bit smaller, but now I can see the window for configuration. So I'm gonna just say, go ahead, do LINUX Mint. I'm gonna just give it those names, and then at the same time right here, where I choose the ISO image, I'm gonna click on it, and then choose the Linux Mint ISO 21 version, and then Linux and everything else. So on the hardware, I'm going to allocate 16 gig. It's hard to see that one. 16 gig. I could also come back to it and then just do these settings as I change them. Let me just take the 4 processor here, and then I believe this is 16 gig. Really hard to see. I can even type in 16 gigabyte or something, but even the typing is hard to see. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and then the disk image, hard disk, I'm gonna give it to 80 gig, like I said. That's 90 something, that's fine. And then at this time, the name did not accept it, so I don't have the option here to just go with it. Let's go back to the setting here, because there's a space here, and let's see if it takes the dash here, and then now it takes the name file. It checks the Linux dash Mint, or I could just put it one word, Linux Mint. I don't have to do it with a space. So right here, I'm gonna click on finish. And then since it is done with that finish, it is trying to power it on right now. I'm not gonna let it run power on. I'm gonna just go back reading my setting. So I'm gonna say power off right now. And then at this time, close this one and reset the display back to the setting that I want, so you can see it better and I could see it better. So now it's 150%, and then I'm gonna go to the VirtualBox. As you can see, it looks much better now. And then I'm looking for the one that I configured as Linux Mint. Let's see where it is. It might be on the bottom of the list. Yeah, Linux Mint. Rocky, Solaris. Linux, right here, Linux Mint. So I'm gonna go to setting on this one. There was a number of them, it was hard to find it. So right here, I go under the system again, and notice the setting, everything is here. I'm gonna just use this one, USB tablet, that's good. And then the processor, we have four processor. And then for the system, we also want to make sure that the system, let me see, on the processor is 4, and acceleration, motherboard. Yeah, the hard disk is 18 gig, around 18 gig. I'm gonna just do 16.384. That is 16 gig. And display, I'm gonna change it also to give it more memory, under 28 meg on the display, and everything else is good. The storage is good. We already did this. I'm gonna do this one from the DVD first, so we can install it. And then on the network also, we're gonna keep it NAT. And then later on, if I want to do static IP addresses based on my network, so I can SSH, I can change it to bridge adapter. But right now, NAT is or network address translation. And so I'm gonna just do a start on it. It will go through the installation, this powering up the virtual machine. Notification comes in, and then I will move this one in the center here. And notice that if I just click on this one to start it, it just goes in on the installation. Mouse integration, that's fine. So right now it is running from the DVD. And then if I just look at this one, it is a nice interface here. I can just make it full screen here, so you can see the nice screen here. And then if I just open a terminal, the terminal opens up. I can do Shift Control Plus to make it bigger, so you can see it there. And then cat -n etc os-release, you will see the information that it is Linux Victoria version 21.2, and it's a Linux Mint, and then Ubuntu Debian and distribution. So you can see that information. At this time, I'm going to just click on the install Linux Mint, so I could have it on my hard disk rather than running it from USB. If you don't want to run it on USB, you could just run it like that, and just open the terminal, run the commands, and practice everything that you want. But I want to install it completely. So I'm gonna go through the installation here, and then under the view, I could do a full screen to switch this screen to see if it look nice or not. Let's see if I mean, you can change the resolution later on also. English version that I want to do United States, the keyboard, and then install. I'm going to just check this button also for Linux installation media, or so it's right now going through the installation. You just have to be patient a little bit, and then erase the entire disk. Yeah, continue, go do that one, because I'm allocating 100 gigs, so it's going to be on the VirtualBox software itself. So you just choose that option. And then since I'm on Los Angeles Pacific Standard Time is my time zone, that I'm gonna select that one. And here I'm gonna write my name. Your name is Wahid. I'm gonna just write it for short. For my full name is Wahidullah. And then I'm going to type in the short name Wahid, and then change password. Choose a password. So I'm gonna choose a secure password here, and then retype the password. Make sure the password is uppercase and lowercase combination with some special characters, as well as it's not a name or something. So you just make sure that it's selected properly. And then welcome to the installation. At this time, it is going through the installation, and then once the installation is completed, it will just be ready for us to reboot. So let's just continue with this one, since it's gonna be fast. I'm gonna for a second, there's nothing there to just do it. I'm gonna just say, let's see. So while the installation is progressing, it shows that you have web browser options to go to, like Netflix or other websites, and there's software that comes with Linux Mint by default, and that allows you to do like LibreOffice or OpenOffice kind of software. And then a lot of programming languages, compilers like GNU, C++, compilers by default gets installed there, and then Python version 3.10 or something is also installed. And if you want to install additional software, obviously, and since this is Linux Ubuntu, you can do apt install in the packages, and then you can also use Snap on the Linux Mint, similar to Linux Ubuntu, and then install it and software. So that is what is nice about it. I'm gonna pause it again if this doesn't complete as fast as I want to do it. And you can see that you can even watch movies and videos on Linux now, similar to Windows. So a lot of the graphical user interface is very, very nice. And then the Linux Mint elements is much similar to Windows in terms of menu and options that you can have. You have this menu on the left hand side that you can click on there, and then you see list of all software that are available for you. You have file manager here that you can click on, and you have Firefox, and going to the terminal window and just look at it. While we're on the terminal window, we can just do say that app, for example, list. It will show all the applications that are already on the USB drive. But at some point, you have to just decide whether you want to run it as a USB drive or you want to install it. So here, like for example, right now I'm on a USB drive. Still, if I want to go to google.com, it will just go there. The browser is really nice that it has those features, and the file managers, all of those ones. At some point when the options comes in, you can even click here. You can run Firefox or open the terminals or go to utilities and all applications and everything here. Open a calculator and so on. So there's a number of software that is already come with it. You can just use it. At this time, it is getting installed, and then right here, let's see what is that option. I'm going to skip that one. It has something to stay connected. I'm already connected, so that is good. We could also do a lot of things from the terminal. like here, you could just open a terminal and then just say, for example, Control Shift plus, make it as big as you want, and then say, show me the GCC version. Since that information is also already installed, even from the this, you can run, say, a GCC version or G++ version, or sorry, and G++ version, not input. So, and G++, oh, it is not installed, so we have to install that one. But I'm going to just, since I'm not doing it from USB, Python 3 version. So some of the tools that are not installed, I will install it afterward. Once I say restart it, now here, it's gonna restart it. This time it's gonna just prompt you to remove the installation media from the DVD ISO image from the install directory, and then you just start it. But I already know that the system is automated, it will take care of it for me. So right now it comes out here with a nice dialog box for login. The password that you selected, you're gonna choose that one. And then here it is. Linux Mint is already done. So I go here, say go install, successful here. And then right here, I could also right click here, say display setting. So on the display setting, if I want to just change this one to, let's say I want to do this, but I want to go about the size of it to just say, let me just choose this one, the smallest one that I could think of, and landscape, and then apply. It is that option already, so that is good. I don't need to set my display here. At this time, the machine is already up and running. Let me just go Control Shift plus, and then here clear my screen. Cat etc os-release file, and you can see it is running Linux Mint Ubuntu. And if I look at the uptime, it is showing that it's up 1 minute. But I want to just do this. Uname-A also shows Linux. It's a Wahid VirtualBox there. Host name CPL. It will tell me that detail also. But df-h will show me the operating system is running on the root partition, user SBAN, and all those ones, as well as other kernel and then boot environment. But notice that 96 gig hard disk, only 12 gig is used, the rest of them 80 gig is available. So at this time, if I say which GCC dash version, it shows that is installed. But which G++, it is not installed. So G++, when you type in G++, it says that you have to install it first. And the way you install it, you use sudo apt install G++, and it tells you the syntax here if you just didn't know about it. And so it is really nice. Sudo apt install G++, and then that would install it. Once I type in the sudo privilege that I have, it will just go through the installation and say, yes, go ahead, accept the installation. You could do a -y for install also, and then that would install it there. And once this is done, if you type in which G++, it will show that. And you can also open other terminals to look at it, but since it is already there, I say which G++ now, you see that one, G++ that version, it is now available for me. So if you clear the screen and run this command, now you know that 11.4 version of G++ is there. Obviously, if I write programs, I will have to test it. But right now, I'm showing you some of the tools that are already come with it. So Python 3 already comes with it. So if I say Python 3 dash dash version, then you can see it 3.10. And if I go to Python 3, then obviously it's going to get me to the Python. And if I do a directory or structure, all the double underscore modules are there. I'm going to exit out of this one and then clear the screen and look at pep list. If you do pep list, if it doesn't come with it, it shows you that how to install pep 3. So Python 3, if I do pip 3 less, that's not going to show either. So the way you do it is sudo apt install Python 3 dash pip. By installing the Python 3 dash pip, pip comes in. So now after this one, pip is there for Python install packages. And then it will just have it. Like I said here, you can open another terminal, and then as you open terminal, you can just type in more commands. But here, since this is done, I'm going to say which pep you can see. If I do which pep 3, which pep 3, it also shows that one. So ls minus ld user bin pep and user bin pep 3, there are same kind of size of the file. So if I just know that they're both pointing to the same version, look like. So pep dash 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 version, you can see that it is pep 22 point this for Python 3.10, and then pep 3 dash dash version will also show you that same thing. So, and then you can say clear screen, pep a list, and you will see all the packages that are by default coming with Python peps. But the idea here is that you could just install additional software and everything, and now the system is working. I could just look at it and then who am I logged on as Wahid, ID-UN is Wahid, ID-group name is Wahid, and then at this time I'm just done with it. So I could do a power off here or shut down -H now. The power off will just power the machine, the virtual machine off, and now it is off. Okay, so that was it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure that you go to our website and subscribe for more videos like this, and make some comments on our videos. If you like our videos, please make sure that you make some nice comments so I can just fulfill some of your needs, whatever you look for, and those kind of videos, I can make the videos for you. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.